The Batsuit is the name of the armor that Batman wears. This armor is made of Kevlar, Nomex, and titanium. It was designed to be very resistant to every form of attack possible. It's bulletproof, resistant to explosions, fire, and chemicals. It's also insulating, which protects Batman from extreme temperatures. The gauntlets and boots of the suit are reinforced to absorb impacts. The gauntlets also have metallic blades that can be used as weapons, but are mostly used defensively. There's also an electronic display on the inside of his forearm for access to his equipment. The cape is a light cloth that can be used to glide. It acts as a wingsuit by becoming rigid and providing lift to slow down his fall or maneuver through the air. The mask, or the bat cowl, is also made of Kevlar and titanium, but it also possesses a small amount of lead. This shields his face and protects his identity from Superman's X-ray vision. The cowl also has a large amount of integrated technology. It has night vision, infrared goggles, as well as sonar to allow for more visibility at night. The camera and audio recorder in the cowl allows him to see and hear at far greater distances than his senses could. It also keeps a digital recording of all the information he might encounter, allowing him to review or analyze the footage on his computer. He also has direct communications with the Batcave and his allies through an encrypted radio frequency. Around the mouth, the mask is normally open, but Batman can add a mouth cover to filter hazardous materials, such as the Joker's venom and Scarecrow's fear toxin. It can also act as a rebreather when he's underwater for longer periods. When Batman is unconscious, the cowl activates a defense mechanism to protect Batman's secret identity. If someone tries to remove his cowl, the suit will release an electrical discharge that can stun the foe even if they have superpowers. The utility belt also has this feature since it has so many gadgets that Batman doesn't want his foes to get access to. Here's a list of some of the equipment inside his utility belt. An acetylene torch, which is a miniaturized high-temperature torch used to cut metal. Bat heater, a small bat-shaped tool that is used for melting down ice. Lockpicks. He keeps a set in his utility belt as well as inside his gloves. Bat cuffs. Miniature first aid kit. Kryptonite ring. This ring of kryptonite is stored inside of a pocket lined with lead. The lead prevents Superman and other Kryptonians from feeling weak around Batman. A bat tracer, which is a bat-shaped tracking device. And finally, pocket jets. These are discs that stick to any solid surface and ignite a miniaturized propulsion engine to send an object or a person flying back. Batman also has a variety of non-lethal weapons that he regularly uses. Batarangs. These are small bat-shaped metal throwing weapons, and they have a similarity to a shuriken. Batman often uses it to immobilize an opponent or disable his firearm. But this isn't Batman's only kind of batarang. He possesses batarangs that explode or send an electric shock. He also has bat darts that can put individual enemies to sleep and keeps his element of stealth. Gas capsules. These are small pellets containing various chemical agents. Some release a cloud of smoke, some release tear gas, and others release an anesthetic gas that renders his enemies unconscious. Some of these clouds even have an electric charge, which creates a small localized storm. Grenades. Batman has many different kinds of grenades. Bat bombs are small explosives made of thermite that can blow down doors, walls, or equipment. EMP grenades can destroy all unprotected electronics within a 7-foot radius. Sonic grenades blast high-intensity sound waves that can stun opponents or destroy glass. Glue goblets encase an opponent in a strong adhesive and prevents them from moving. Lastly, we have the explosive gel. This is a gun that shoots a gel to a surface, and by pressing the button, it detonates. It's generally used to destroy structures. Bat taser. This is a taser gun shaped like a bat. He uses it to incapacitate his enemies. The voltage is adjustable depending if the enemy is human or superhuman. Shock gloves. These are gloves that send an electric shock when Batman makes contact with his opponent. Bat beacon. The bat beacon is a sonar device that attracts nearby bats. He can use it to help in his escape, or he can use it as a surprise attack. Batman also has the Grapple-Gun. The Grapple-Gun is a staple of Batman's equipment. He uses it to pull himself up or across objects he can't reach. The end of the grappling gun is sharp and can go through cement. Once it does, it then expands so that it doesn't come out when he puts weight on it. It also has a magnetic attachment if he needs to climb to a metal surface. He can also use the grapple gun to grab objects and throw them at opponents. The rope is a carbon fiber titanium composite, which makes it extremely strong, lightweight, and flexible. When Batman roams around the city, we often see him on foot. But he uses several modes of transportation, otherwise he couldn't accomplish anything in one night. First, we'll start with Batman's preferred method of travel, the Batmobile. It's a modified vehicle that can go extremely fast, is highly durable, and is filled with highly advanced tools, weapons, and technology. The basic structure has a bulletproof plating and windshield, bulletproof tires, hydraulic impact absorbers, regenerative braking pads, an ejector seat for protecting Batman in case his Batmobile is to explode, containment units to hold prisoners, and even a rocket engine that allows for higher speeds or lift if the rocket is at an angle. It also has spare costumes, utility belts, and basic equipment, including a first aid kit in case of emergencies. Inside the Batmobile, you can find technologies such as a heads-up display on the windshield and a dashboard display for GPS, radar, and a direct hotline to the police headquarters. It has AI and remote guidance systems that allows for fully self-driving or remote control from either his gauntlet or the Batcave, and finally, the hybrid power cells that can both use hydrogen and gasoline as a fuel. The Batmobile has weapons and defense systems such as a smokescreen device, flares, various missiles, cannon shells, and an electric current on the armored plating for would-be intruders. Another mode of transportation is the Batplane. The Batplane is a customized fighter jet that Batman uses to patrol Gotham City and sometimes the planet. It has similar equipment to the Batmobile but with more advanced weapons and recon technology. Finally, we have the Batcycle. In the Nolan trilogy, the Batcycle is integrated inside the Batmobile, while in the comics it's its own vehicle. Essentially, this motorcycle is a much less equipped and armored Batmobile, but it does have the advantage of more maneuverability. It can also be stored inside the Batplane, which allows Batman to reach areas he normally couldn't with the Batmobile. The Batcycle does have a grapple gun, so it can reach higher areas, and it also has a display with an integrated GPS, so that Batman can follow a tracking device or have general information about the area. And finally, we have the most important piece of equipment that Batman uses, the Batcomputer. It's a supercomputer that can almost do anything that Batman desires. Through an advanced AI neural net, the Batcomputer can perform complex tasks on its own. For example, it has an incorporated universal translator. It can monitor the dark web and notify Batman of many criminal activities. The computer can also generate very advanced simulations and has sophisticated 3D modeling software that can recreate a face with only the bones. It can perform DNA analysis and chemical analysis with only a small sample. All of this helps Batman in his detective work and grants him valuable information. The computer's hard drive can store about an exabyte of memory. This is important because Batman has a database of information on all the people he's encountered. This includes friends and enemies. He even possesses information on the weaknesses of his closest friends and creates contingency plans to stop them if ever necessary. He also has information about alien civilizations, their culture, locations, biology, and their weaknesses. All this information is very valuable, but Batman can access even more by hacking into any database in the world. He has access to the GCPD, the CIA, the FBI, the KGB, and any orbiting satellite. Not to mention, he already has his own orbiting Wayne Enterprises satellites that can somehow even detect magical activity. All of this information is very useful until it falls into the wrong hands. Hence why his computer is also equipped with top-of-the-line encryption, firewalls, and cryptography. This prevents anyone from accessing the information inside the Batcomputer or tapping into their communications. His security system is so advanced that even Cyborg can't access it. So that was a general overview of Batman's equipment. He clearly makes sure he's equipped with all the best technology he can get his hands on. And being a billionaire, there isn't much he can't get his hands on. The best thing about all of this is that he never stops improving his equipment and always comes up with new gadgets that can make him more effective.